And those of you that we can't see, but we know that you're there, I can see your name and everything. So good evening. So we'll just be sharing our screen for our presentation. Okay, so are we 8 o'clock? So we're not, yes, bang on 8 o'clock. And we did this webinar this afternoon and we're bang on finished in 30 minutes as well. So hopefully we can do the same this evening. So welcome everyone, welcome to our webinar. I think most of you know myself, Teri, and Teri Rigby and Becky Winters. So we'll be talking through some of the things that we think are really worth considering at this time of year, some of the new announcements that we heard in Barcelona, and we'd like to share some of the training that we'll be doing over the next few weeks and months here in the UK. So some dates for your diary. I'm sure you've got these in your new diaries, if you've got any new diaries amongst you. So I'm just looking for my mouse to put that down there. So yes, we've got a team member training day on Saturday, the 7th of January. That's at the Warwick Hilton. That's a very special day because that's put on by team members who are doing well in the business and sharing their tips and ideas on what's working for them. And so that's 11 till 4:30. There will be an Eventbrite page that's coming up in the next couple of days where you can register, but you don't have to register to come along. If you forget, just come along on the day. And then, of course, in London at Heathrow on Sunday, the 22nd of January, very special meeting with Dr. Matt Tripp, our Chief Medical Officer, where he'll be talking us mainly through elite health and obviously the microbiome gut health purify kit. So those are the two main dates. Of course, we do have other meetings as well around the country. Okay, well, talking about Dr. Matt Tripp, I think it's important as well to go into the new year, not just for those of us on the call, but those team members of yours that perhaps you'll be speaking to over the next days and weeks, to really remind everybody about the company that we're with and the people that we've got on board from a corporate point of view. And Dr. Matt Tripp is certainly not just overseeing research and innovation with Synergy, but he is also ongoing with emerging science. And this is something that's really, really exciting because no other company can come close to what Synergy are doing from a scientific point of view. And also, you know, we've heard about the microbiome research, but also new product formulations are coming as well our way, which is really exciting. Lots of clinical studies, and this scientific validation is really special, particularly in our industry. It's what most companies can't even dream of, let alone produce. So we really are in a fantastic position with nutritional products, healthcare products that are from natural ingredients but have scientific backing and validation. And of course, we're all really talking these days about elite health, you know, and targeting the core of good health and often of illness, the gut health, etc. So this is how we're going forward with regards to products. And, which is absolutely fantastic, all the scientific magazines, health papers, research papers that you read about today, lots and lots and lots about the microbiome, gut health, how, you know, we know recently how it's related to Parkinson's and autism and many, many, many disorders. So we're really on point really with our products, and we're the only company in network marketing who are targeting this area of the microbiome, which is incredibly exciting for all of us. You know, just to remind us a little bit about the microbiome, how it really does affect so many issues, the whole body basically. And it's also what's exciting about Synergy. It's not just selling someone a supplement. It's a whole program. It's a transformation. So along with the products, it's also looking at someone's diet. It's a high protein, low carbohydrate program, including exercise and guidelines. And there'll also be apps for people who like to look and be guided by an app, which is most people under 45, or should I say 55 or 65 these days. We all tend to use our phones as our third ear, if you like, and third eye. We also have a fantastic launch of new products, innovative products, We have new gels that are being launched. In fact, they're already available in some countries in Europe. We're looking for a UK launch further into the year. But fantastic, essential greens in a gel product, omega-3, brilliant for children. Many of us have tried this product. I can see children really loving this omega-3 product. And Mystify as well in gel form. And they're coming in boxes of 30. So more about that at a later stage. But it's really exciting that 2017, can you believe I nearly said 1917? 2017 is going to be such an exciting year for products and new products, and all the research and scientific development have been going on for the last 2.5 years at Synergy Worldwide is going to come to fruition next year in a few days' time. Now, not forgetting our groundbreaking product, the real sort of flagship of our product range, because I think sometimes we can get carried away with new products and forget what we've actually got in our toolbox. And of course, Pro-Argi-9 is a magnificent product. And many people on the call I know have been involved in nutrition for many, many years, myself included. And I've never come across any product that's phenomenal like this. I just can't wait to get it into more people's bodies and get the results that I know they're going to get taking Pro-Argi-9. There's lots and lots of information. If you haven't got lots of information, just Google Pro-Argi-9. You'll see here a press release explaining how our scientists make groundbreaking discoveries, particularly on the cardiovascular situation. But as you can see in this sort of paragraph down here, it says numerous studies have shown that cardiovascular benefits of L-arginine, which is explained by Dr. Tripp. He says, however, our preliminary in vitro and human studies showed that the unique combination of ingredients in our Pro-Argi-9 formula enhances the effects of L-arginine within the body. And if you carry on and reading this press release, it explains how Pro-Argi-9 is the most potent and effective L-arginine product in the world. So, really get these sort of statements behind you so you can show people and have that extra confidence when you're talking to people about this amazing product. Now, our Purify Kit, our microbiome, the 21-day rehab, there's been a slight delay across the whole of Europe. We're still the first country to be getting it, and the launch date now is about mid-February. So what we're thinking of doing is doing a rollout of sort of after half-term, because half-term sort of comes mid to late February. So end of February, beginning of March, spring clean your body, get on the 21-day rehab. And prior to that, get new customers on products to really help kickstart and get them sort of preliminary, sort of ready, if you like, for the microbiome. So for a brand new customer, what we'll be doing is getting them on the Pro-Argi-9, the right dose, for example. For many people, 1 a day just isn't enough. So sometimes it's better to keep to 1 or 2 products and then, but get them on the dosage they need rather than, lots of products and only taking a little. So Pro-Argi-9 and the Body Prime are a really good start for people when they're starting January early on, and then working towards that 21-day detox and rehab at the end of February. And this is how our product line will be looking in just a couple of months' time. We'll have all the microbiome products, which you can buy individually, the products we have now, and also the gels. And I really love the branding. I love the look of the products. It's very on trend, very, very, something to be proud of rather than packaging that's sort of years and years old, if you like. Now, I'd like to hand you over now to Becky, and we're going to be discussing how to get new customers and how to follow up with them. So over you.
Yeah, thanks, Terry. So I think for those of us that were in Barcelona and Vienna, we noticed that there was a really common theme, and it was all about the importance of gaining customers. And I think the benefit we've got with Synergy is that the products makes such a noticeable difference, often quite quickly, that it's natural that those customers will become long-term customers, but also help us to promote our business, and many of them become team members. On average, 40% of Synergy customers actually become team members. So how do we gain customers, loyal customers, and how do we empower those customers, if you like, to spread the message and become team members themselves? Well, The first thing that we were taught really in Nando's talk in Barcelona, and again this was talked about a lot in Vienna, is the importance initially of finding about 15 to 20 customers to get on the products. So you yourself finding 15 to 20 customers and really helping your team members to do the same. And when we were coming back from the flight from Barcelona, we put together this spreadsheet really about how we could track customers, just based on some of the things that both of us have been doing in the business over the last few months. So the idea then is that you get a new customer, you put their details in, you put in the date of their first order, the products they've ordered, whether you completed a questionnaire, the first follow-up call, which is really, when they've received the products, just to make sure they've got the products and they know how to take them, calling them a week after, the second week, the third week, etc. And then, making a note of the results that customer's had on the products. And as soon as that customer says to you that they've had a positive result, they're noticing a difference, it's at that point that you ask them whether they would be interested in getting those products for free, or do they know anybody else who would be interested in benefiting from these products? And that then starts a conversation about the business or about them giving you referrals. So then in the final box, you put the outcome, whether that customer actually becomes a team member or whether they've given you referrals. So an example of how this works. For example, Paul Smith, he placed his order on the 1st of January. He ordered Pro Arginine and Body Prime. You completed the questionnaire with him. You did all of your follow-up calls. The results were that from the products that he had more energy, better sleep and circulation. And as a result, he became a team member. Now, Jane went on the Slim Smart Body Prime and E9. She lost 3 kilograms and had more energy. And she wasn't interested in the business, but she did refer her husband, her friend, and her son to you as customers. So this is what we're aiming for every customer, that they either become a team member or at the very least they give you some referrals. So it's just a great way of tracking all of those customers. And actually it saves you a lot of time and makes your job a lot easier. And it just ensures as well that, we're all offering a really good service to our customers.
And all these spreadsheets are on the Facebook group, aren't they, Becky?
Yeah.
Under files on the Facebook group, you can download them.
I think you posted them today, didn't you? Yeah. So that they're a recent post. And then the next spreadsheet is all about how we look after our team members. So how we really get a team member going once they've joined the business, because it's important that people are earning money quite early on in the business and they're earning enough money to really keep them engaged in the business. So this is the team member checklist. So first of all, we put the day that they activated their account, the products that you lent them, because something that Nando talked about is that you don't want somebody to order their starter kit and then be waiting for 2 weeks for their products to arrive, because actually it's 2 weeks lost of business. So if, for example, Teri sponsored me and I ordered the V3 starter pack, Teri would lend me 2 of the V3s until mine arrived. And it just means that I can start taking the products myself and I can give my second V3 to a customer if I want to. So that's really key. It saves you a couple of weeks. And also, whether you've gone through the Getting Started guide with them, so everybody gets this in their starter pack. I've always got a couple spare, and I go through this with new team members as soon as I can. And then teaching them about the product pricing, getting them to make a list of their closest contacts, so the people that they will call in an emergency. And the idea is that you then go with this team member to see their contacts, to discuss the products with them, to get them some customers. And then you complete the timesheet, which I'm just going to skip to now. So if Teri sponsored me, which she said to me, well, I've got Monday mornings free, Wednesday evenings, Thursdays, etc. When can we go and see some people? And we would complete that timesheet. And then the appointments that we've made for the customers and also for the business, because your team member might want to talk initially to some people straight away about the business rather than just the products. So it's about giving them that option. So you've got the example here with Paul, who was sponsored earlier, and you've loaned him 2 V3s. You've gone through the Getting Started guide. You've taught him about the products. You've made a list of his contacts. You've filled in the timesheet and you've made some appointments. So it's just a really great way of tracking what you're doing with that team member, and also showing your team member that this is how you work with a team member, so they will then do the same, and you get the duplication happening in your business.
I think what's important to have this hands-on. By the way, she's got a bit of a cough.
Sorry, everyone.
She'd have pneumonia if it wasn't for the products, but she's got a bit
down
of a
and
cough.
mystified. Yeah,
yeah, it's really important. It does take time, and I think some people like to skip this point. So if I've recruited Becky and she's already had a benefit on the products, and she said, well, actually, you know, my mum might be interested in the products, and so, I go with Becky and I speak to her mum, I speak to her brother, I speak to her sister-in-law about the products. And once I've done that 4 or 5 times, Becky then is far more confident about going and speaking about the products. She's already got 4 or 5 customers and she's well on her way. I think often people just leave people to their own devices, and then 2-3 months down the line, they haven't got any customers. They're looking at what the products have cost them, and they really haven't seen, you know, growth right from day one. So this step is very, very important.
So this is really just showing the example of the duplication that can happen in your business. And I think really it's about leading from the front. So showing your team the importance of developing customers, helping them to do the same, and helping them to help their team members to also do the same. And this is how the business can really grow, as we can see in this example. Okay, so the new Elite Honours programme, which was also launched in Barcelona, I really like the new system because it's all about helping especially new people to earn quite significant money early on in their synergy business, and to really encourage this whole system about developing customers. So there's 3 qualification levels, and all of them are above your own personal monthly qualification, so your own auto ship of a minimum of 120 CV. So the first one is 600 CV a month, the second is 1200, and the third is 2400. And these are all based on an annual calendar year starting from the beginning of January the 1st. So at all levels of Elite Honours, you get a mention in the blog if you do it once. If you do it 3 times, you get a pin and you get mentioned in the blog. 6 times, you get to be part of the Elite Honours Club card, and you get a mention in the blog as well. And early Summit store access, you get a jacket at 9 times, and 12 times you get product credit, blog and Summit recognition. And I think, you know, the blog is important because if your team see you mention on there on a continuing basis, it encourages them and motivates them to also become Elite Honours qualified. So again, it's just about really leading from the front. So if you achieve 600 CV every month for a 12-month period, at the end of that 12-month period, you will be gifted €1,000 worth of products of your choice. If you do 1,200, you will get €2,000 of products. And if you do 2,400 consistently every month for 12 months, at the end of that time, you'll receive €4,000 of free products. So really nice incentive. But for me, the exciting bit is helping your team members to do the same. So for each month that you yourself are Elite Honours qualified, and this doesn't include sponsoring, it's just about having those customers, that minimum 600 CV. In the months that you help 2 other personally sponsored team members to do the same, you will get an additional €200 on top of all of your other commissions. So it's a great way of earning an additional income at whatever level you're at in the business. But for new people, that's really key, because if they're Elite Honours qualified themselves and they've got 2 other people who are, they'll be earning a minimum of £300 a month in their synergy business, and that's quite significant money for people when they're first starting out in a business. So a lot of people that have been in synergy for a few months will already be achieving this from January, or they're very nearly there. So it's important that people are aware of this incentive, because it really, really is a good one.
So just to recap then, to qualify each month, you need 600 CV above your 120 activation amount. And so anyone who does 600, You don't have to recruit anyone. You will qualify for elite honours. And this is something that I think is very important for all of us to aim to achieve, but also to help all our new people to achieve it. All my new people that I'm bringing on board, I'm going to make sure that they really work towards getting that €200 extra, because if someone's earning £200, £300, £400 in the first few months, they're going to stay with the business and want to start earning £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 a month. So I think it's a very, very good stepping stone to achieve. And it's not that many customers if you think about it. 4 or 5 good customers on the V3, you're going to be hitting that 600 very, very easily. So what do we need to do then to really make sure that 2017 is a very, very successful year for you? And I think these next few days, we're in that sort of period, aren't we, as I mentioned before, between Christmas and New Year, and we've got a few extra days because of the way it's fallen. So I'd like to encourage you to spend some time to think about what you personally want to achieve next year, and also how you're going to do it. So some little sort of things that might start making you think. So how do I make 2017 better than 2016? There's lots and lots of things happening in Synergy worldwide, particularly for us here in the UK, with the meetings we've got in January, and then throughout the year we've got lots and lots of fantastic training going on. And obviously with the new World Trade Center head office, there's going to be training every few months. So it's really, really exciting for us in 2017. So do you have a plan? Have you thought about what you want to achieve out of your Synergy business? And if so, how are you going to achieve it? If you need help, ask your upline or someone to help you really plan out your goals, and so that you can really achieve them step by step. So how do I increase my customer base? I don't know if you've thought about that, but we're all meeting people that perhaps we haven't seen for a long time. That's what happens over Christmas and New Year. Or even if you're in South Africa like Fatima, everyone's happy. It's the holiday time. So people tend to be more open and to listen to things. Well, I'd like to encourage you to do a few things that I've found very successful. So for example, these are some of the things that I've used in texts and emails. But use your own wording. So for example, the first one, hi Becky, I've watched this video and I thought about you. Will you watch it for me and let me know what you think? I thought you'd be a good person to trial it. For someone like that, I'd attach the Probe RG9 Bless Your Heart video, which I think is particularly good to send to people. It's not too long. And particularly for people of, my age group, where most people this time of year are thinking about getting healthier and preventing having to go on medication, all those kind of things. And I think that would be a good one. What about this? I'm looking for 5 fit friends to trial a new product I'm working with. Can you watch the attached video? Let me know what you think. I actually did this when I first started Synergy, and I got all 5 male friends, because I just sent it to male friends because I thought they'd be quite flattered if I called them fit. And they all went on E9, because the guy in the E9 video, I said it reminded me of them. So it's quite a young, fit guy. So that's a bit of flattery work there. But how about something like with the new year and all our resolutions? I thought you'd find the attached video interesting. Let me know what you think. And I'm definitely going to be sending the Body Prime video and also the Pro RG9 Bless Your Heart video. All of these videos are on the Facebook page, and the link's on the Facebook page, so you can just copy and paste the link to on any emails that you're sending out to people. Anyone that sent you a Christmas card or an email message, anyone that you think may be interested in the products, I definitely use this time of year to introduce 1 or 2 products to them. How about this one? If you fancy doing a 21-day body rehab in the new year, February after half term, get back to me and I'll send you some details. And you can send the microbiome video. It's 4 minutes long, which I think is particularly good. Every single person I've sent that video to up to now has gone on the microbiome. So, these little videos are very useful, and particularly if you ask them for feedback, then people are likely to watch the videos. So, how can I leverage the new Synergy story to help my business grow? The new Synergy story is really about what's been happening to us over the last 12 months. Not just the launch of the microbiome in a few weeks' time, but just a new head office that Synergy have opened in the World Trade Center. We've got now a whole company focus on Europe. But an exciting thing is in 2016, the fastest growing country for the whole of Synergy worldwide was the UK. So, that's fantastic information to show people and share with them that they can be amongst the first few hundred active distributors here in the UK. So it's a fantastic opportunity for people who want to have their own business. And I think a big question this time of year to all of us to ask ourselves is, what am I willing to sacrifice for success in 2017? Because, often it's time, isn't it, more than anything else? And we know that to be successful, you do have to put time into this business. So if you're someone who loves going to the gym 7 days a week, how about going 5 days a week and spending a bit more time with Synergy? Or turn the TV off and just record the best shows to watch? Or try and think how in 2017 you can put more resources into your Synergy business to make it more successful than it has been up to now. And am I willing to lead by example? I think this is a really good question to ask yourself. And for me, I know that I'm going to make Elite Honours every single month. I have done this year, and I'm going to continue throughout the whole of 2017. I'm someone who previously have never really built a customer base. And so I've learned over the last few months how to do that, how to follow up with people. And just those first 4 to 5 weeks is crucial. You'll have a customer for life if you follow up with people in the correct way. This is a great slide that Paul Blad shared with us in Barcelona. He said most distributors vastly overestimate what they will make in their first 6 months, but they vastly underestimate what they'll make in 3 consistent years. So if someone can put 3 years into their commitment to building a Synergy business, you'll earn a lot more than you think you will. And I think that's a very strong message, because what's 3 years? We're going into 2017. Do you remember 2014? That was, 3 years ago, but it only seems like yesterday. And so 3 years just flies by, no matter what age. Have your last 3 years gone by?
Oh, yeah.
So it isn't just when you're in your 60s. So it is important to think of it as a consistent effort, and to perhaps readjust how the effort and the time that you are putting into your business. And the final slide is, if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. So many people, want to know all about the products first, or come to every meeting for several months first. And often it's just really procrastination. And I think a really good New Year's resolution is no more procrastination. Let's get active. Let's really produce some great business growth. And many people are doing that and have done that in 2016. But I think 2017 is going to be such an exciting year, starting off with Business Training Day, with Dr. Trip. We've got lots and lots of trip. We've got training in Venice in May, and we've got things throughout the year which can really help everyone. So we've got all the new products that are coming out, all those people out there who haven't yet heard about the microbiome. They'll hear it from you and from us, and therefore they'll always remember where they heard about gut health. So I think I think we've just got just to remind you about the dates. Again, January the 7th and January the 22nd. And then I think we'll open it up to any of you who've got any comments. I think you might hear quite a bit of background noise as soon as we do this.